What's up, everybody? How you doing? Welcome back to MD. Another Victor Martinez in the trenches. Off season right now. About to hit some shoulders and buys. Gonna take you through a great hard workout. And as usual, got Victor Munoz here with me, and a couple of my friends. And believe it or not, even my little brother is here. You know, he's the smaller guy that looks like me. But again, let's get on to it. Off season, Olympia is basically around the corner in bodybuilding lane turns. Pretty much 6 months is not that far away, and prepping now and setting for that goal. Let's go. Let's do this. Yeah, and also I just want to let everybody know up there, especially the clowns, you know, out there, you know, start spreading the rumor. You know, I'm training with Charles Glass. You know, as much as I would want it, and would definitely embrace that moment when I train with him, which is what I feel every time I do. You guys got to remember, you're out west, you know, you're going to see one of the best, and might as well take advantage of it. And that's basically the way it goes. There's no, you know, kind of type of bodybuilding, you know, gossip that you all know. Also, Joe McNeil does my diet, and I've been training with Victor pretty much. I mean, most of my bodybuilding life, career, and also Joe McNeil does give me training advice and trains me. I do go down there almost every month, every other month. I mean, don't get it twisted. You know, it's coming out straight from me. You're hearing it here, and you're hearing it in MD, because it's like it is, you know. And, you know, like I keep saying, you know, there's clowns out there. I would always like to see what they look like. They got so much to say. You know, are you in the gym? A lot of it I know is jealousy. Again, you know, you're training with the best. You guys just want to wonder. Of course, I want to train with Charles. Man, he's a great guy, and I mean, just the time he takes from me, you gotta appreciate that. He's solid, and you don't see that too much once you come to this realm, to this industry. So that's pretty much what you gotta appreciate, and you know, I gotta show the love for all the guys out there that know Victor's always been with me. The girls that also train with him. You know, Victor's founding father here in the East, and let's just keep it real, okay? Yeah, and also about Joe, you all know he's my new nutritionist. You know, I've gone through, again, as with trainers, you know, I got with the best and the likes of nutritionists. Chris Aceto, my man, you know, he still is one of the best, one of my good friends. And also, you all know I work with Chad. And, you know, the whole thing is basically just a business, and it's all on decisions. And I always wanted to work with Joe. I've seen his work, and it's something I definitely needed to try. And every time I go down there, which is, again, every other month, I would say, I pretty much hang out, you know, stay nearby. My good friend Justin Dees also works with his amateur coming up, watch out. But we pretty much hang out in the area, stay in a local hotel. He's got his own pretty much home-built gym. I mean, great, though. And get in there. He pretty much gives you the assessment. You, of course, have your diet. You kind of just following your diet at the same time while you're there. You sit down in his little gym. He's got this formula, which I'm sure you all heard about it. Dexter explained it, so you all know one of Joe's athletes. It's a pretty cool program. He knows exactly where you are, every point of your diet, from the off season to pretty much getting all the way up to the show. And that's his formula. As you all know, each dietitian has their own way of working, and there's no one way. You know, this is bodybuilding, again, just like working out and dieting. I mean, nutrition is a big key into getting that physique. So he's got this method where he pretty much follows where you're at. So that way, every time you do a show, you pretty much follow that same method. But he's definitely very critical on your shape. He's very critical, and he also makes sure he puts your routine together for you. You know, he just doesn't give everybody the same. You get a real assessment, and your body weight pretty much done, and all you have to do is just stick to it and follow it. I mean, as precise as you get it and written down. Plus, he shows you at the gym what to do. There's no better way into not setting yourself up for failure unless you choose to yourself. Good day with Joe is he's always definitely witty, always cracking up on you, finds way, and he just makes his way when we do an exercise, how he makes you feel so weak. So we always say that, there's something wrong with his weights. He hasn't calibrated differently. Keeps his gym neat. You cannot leave anything out of place. And it's funny because everything's so neat and clean. Again, that's the way he just runs his gym, you know. The training part, I mean, he puts these intense workouts. I mean, I've been training for so long that I didn't even know just slight movements, how he just makes it, come out to light. And I knew this, you always know this, but right when you think you knew something, there's something always new with the sport and with the training. I mean, that's just Joe, a jokester, loves to hunt, loves his dad, and has a great place. He runs a successful business, and just trains my ass and shit. He just trains the fuck out of me and makes fun at how weak I can get, and asks me how much I do back at home, and I tell him I do way more, but a lot of it has to do, I guess, with just him keeping that close eye and making sure your muscles do all the work, not too much your brawn. Yeah, I'm also having this first year off and just focusing on one show, focusing at it finally after recovering from my injury. This is something that's is way different to me. Taking so much time off, I'm always used to doing at least a couple of shows a year. I'm definitely taking advantage of it, making the best out of every workout, every meal I eat, because this is bodybuilding, and you got to bring that change. And if I'm just going to be acting as if I'm quite there and I bring that big change to the stage, then my thoughts is you just won't get rewarded. So definitely taking advantage of this time off. It's not the best, you always want to be on stage, but all of it is pretty much based on strategy and how you're going to do it, when you're going to do it without burning out and staying in the sport. Again, you're all seeing articles, Sean Ray, on longevity, and pretty much that's where it's at. And you don't want to fail by playing the catch-up game just because you haven't reached it the first time or the second time or the third time, but you keep kind of giving that chase without making that change. Nothing's going to change. You're going to either stay in the same place or not, or lower, pretty much. And that's what I believe in, and that's just bodybuilding. So thank God, I mean, making the best out of it. I mean, looking at the Arnold kind of, puts you in your place. You see, you analyze, and you move on. And I see you all at the Olympia. It's going to be great this year. You all know I skipped the Arnold this year again, so taking that time off, it's definitely a good time to take advantage of it, but at the same time, you have that kind of bittersweet because you want to step on that Arnold stage, one of the best shows. And you just watch it and you kind of see their faces and kind of just the posing, going through the whole routine of the weekend, the pro tan, everything. You kind of think of it, but, you have a goal in mind, which mine was the Olympia, but you also see where you wanted to be. And, I just want to say congratulations to Kai Green. Yo, you, blew the hell up, bro. What the fuck? No. And Phil is looking great. Branch is a freaking tank. And Dexter, I mean, do I have to comment on Dexter, man? Yeah, all right. It was great seeing the guys up there. I mean, everything was great, and but it hurt. It hurt. Being at the expo, it was kind of empty. Being at the at the convention center, it's kind of empty. You don't see a couple of guys that don't compete, but you have the usual, pretty much lineup, and so all you think about is just seeing them, seeing what they've done, and that kind of gives you that feedback in your head. And I took advantage of the time not doing it and just, let's focus on what you need to work on. And that I know myself, but also the caliber of competitors that are going to be there. And again, you all saw the Arnold. If you haven't, if you have, you know what I'm talking about. But it's bodybuilding, and we're getting better. Every year I always, do the Olympia. It's always been some year of sorrow. Don't need to go to the list, but, it's always something. And this year, I just, want to dedicate this year to my children because they're the ones that got me through this whole injury and everything that's gone. And it's always something, It's always something, but I don't make it just a thing. I make my children more of that strength that keeps me going, and that's what it is. Life is just a challenge, and being a bodybuilder and having the extra challenge kind of almost makes you fold. Longevity is not just physically, but it's also a mental state in the sport. And if you don't keep your marbles straight, I mean, me having family, that's my motivation. Had it just been me, I mean, it'd probably be different because I'm a different person than most guys who do it on their own. It could have been a different story. Maybe I wouldn't have been here. But definitely dedicating it to my children because of them. I do that damn cardio. I do that cardio and I do the extra eating and the pushing in the gym. They always have, I always have them in my thoughts, and my family as well, all of them. And that's why every time I get that first place call out, I always think of them, whether, or whatever call out, I always think of them first and how I'm going to tell them and see their reaction for me, because it's really for them as well. Yeah, and also this season on TV, I'm a big weekend TV watcher. Don't go out as much, You all know I used to go out a lot. Okay, I might sneak in every once in a blue, but that's it, if I'm away. But check this out. I've been home, and I just been checking out this new show. It's called Spartacus, Blood and Sand, and it's on Stars. You guys got to watch it. I mean, it's great. It's kind of a mixture of 300. As if you're into that stuff, of course, I like history myself, so I'm kind of fascinated with the whole costumes and everything from the past. And the fighting, hey, that takes the cake. But it's a great show, and you see all the guys trained there. Some of the guys don't, but you see most of the guys that are there trained. I gotta warn you though, there's some, like I said before, I'm not sure if I mentioned it, there's some spots where you do have to go to the bathroom, and kind of take a bathroom break and not really watch them. But there are some parts where you want to send your woman away because it's freaking crazy, man. The show just has everything. And when I was out there in LA training with Charles, I kind of called up the casting agent, and they only do the casting out of New Zealand. So when you guys are down in New Zealand, you'll just freaking cast for that, because it looks like they're having fun filming this show. All right, it's a great show. Also, Breaking Bad this season. It's going to take off. Check that out. It's at AMC. Breaking Bad, you all know I'm a Dexter fan. Right now, the season, last season was crazy. And that's my listing for TV right now. I mean, anything else. So the tour is coming up. Should start in a couple of weeks. But it's King Henry's a nut. Jesse James and freaking Tiger Woods ain't got nothing on him. Yeah, it's a crazy show. Again, that's if you like the whole history and costumes. That's what basically King Henry VIII, one of the last men ruler in England before I think the Queen took over, I believe. You guys should check it out. And I'll give you a recap next time we do In the Trenches over here with MD. And I give you the new scoop on the show, and I guarantee every show I just mentioned, you're going to like. Yeah, I just want to thank everybody for watching. Again, another MD bodybuilder over here, Victor Martinez, bringing it live to you. I want to thank my fans. MD, thank you for watching. Until next time, hit a new body part, new level of focus, and we get something done. Also, Steve Blackman, you're the man. MHP all the way. Take care, guys.